Just by reading the title of this video,
10 ways to make your penis a bit bigger.
That's not what it said.
What up, guys? What up, people? Back with another video. Man, 10 ways you're gonna again.
This is 10 ways the internet has changed our lives. We've talked about this in the past, not exactly about the internet, but about like cell phones and technology.
Bright side.
10
I'm
funny
down.
situations that show how much the internet has changed our lives.
Okay.
Gadgets and technology play a part in our lives, but it literally is just a part. Don't ever succumb to panic. Real life is definitely still out there despite the huge effect that the internet has to modern life. Nevertheless, it's funny to think about the hundreds of little ways it has changed our behavior. Here are 10 of the ones we've noticed. How many do you recognize? That's it, you're going home right now.
See?
Anyone
we talked
who was
about
born
that.
before the internet era remembers this phrase. A few dozen years ago, kids ran home only if their favorite TV show was about to start.
I gotta pause this real quick.
Right.
Okay, number one.
I was talking about that the other day with some people. We talked about that.
We talked about it on camera. You see that first picture, the mom pulling the ear from like let's go back home. That was us. Our schedule, it was basically go to school, come back home. Sometimes I wouldn't even do homework.
Sometimes we would skip that.
I would just skip homework and run down and go play with my friends.
We would let our mom do our homework for us, and then we would go play. Like literally.
Kids don't play out no more, man.
No more, man. I mean, a lot of us could relate to that, and I'm sure if you got a lot of you guys from our time, from our generation, and also guys from maybe this generation right now, maybe some of you guys grew up playing outside, right? But the majority of people now, it's all about technology, all about the internet. Literally, you have to text them from the living room to tell them to come get lunch.
We have become a freaking cyber humanity. It's all about cyber.
Now look, now the mom is forcing him to go outside.
To play outside the house.
Impossible.
Well, sometimes they do go outside, but only if you allow them to take their gadgets with them.
That's so true.
Before the internet era, we used to take a real camera with us on our trips. That's us on the mountain, that's us feeding a giraffe, that's us near a waterfall, your friends would say. Wow, nice shots, it seems you've had a great time. These days, well, this is the most popular kind of photo on Instagram.
Right.
How are your friends?
You gotta be kidding. Our feet?
Hi, Boss Legs. You look great as usual. You can literally put someone else's feet on your Insta. Topic of photos. Here is an ordinary situation from the good old times. Did you pack the camera, honey? Sure. Hope there's enough film.
Remember
Moving on to these days. Did you pack the selfie stick? Sure. And I'm using it right now. Smile.
Well, let's go back in the 80s, man.
You had to call a newspaper to place your ad to sell a car. Sometimes you even had to visit their office. Then potential buyers would keep
now you got Craigslist or Auto Trader.
Day after day. Welcome to today. You just click on Facebook and done. Here you go. Hey guys, I'm selling my car. Please share. Repost.
That is good.
As easy as
that is good.
I mean, for business,
yes.
Is there anyone who has never been in the next situation? You go to the bathroom, lock the door, ready to spend some time alone, and damn it, bring me some toilet paper. You screamed so desperately even the neighbors could hear you.
Okay.
What a shame, but there was no other way that time. Nowadays, the problem is solved. A few clicks on your phone, and a toilet paper is delivered to you by one of your family members. Just don't forget to take your phone to the bathroom. I mean, who knows what else you might eat there.
That's whatever.
Now, what did we usually do when cooking went a bit wrong? Mom, can you help me? These days, it's more like, okay, Google, how do I make soup? And here you go, thousands of recipes. Thousands and thousands.
I'm not gonna lie, that's another good one.
I still do prefer calling my mom.
I could say that.
I don't feel like it's so good. You know why? It takes away from your
communication.
Communication is a huge thing.
Yes.
Just comparing old days to now. Old days there was no technology, but guess what? You were forced to be, not necessarily forced because it was all natural, but you were forced to be extroverted. You were able to speak to people, communicate with people, ask people for numbers, ask people for a dance. Like if you went to a bar and you saw a beautiful girl, it was easy to go up to her and say, would you mind this dance?
God,
now,
that's not even
I see people going to the bar. Like I have friends, literally I have friends, they're at the bar and they're looking up the girl on the location, like on the location. Or if like let's say you're at a bar called Mr. Joe's. Okay, Mr. Joe's. Let me see if this girl's here right now so I could text her. Bro, just walk up to her and talk to her. You know what I'm trying to say? So it takes away so much from our social skills. It's very scary. It's scary the direction it's going on, especially if you have kids looking at this and knowing the era you came from. But at the same time, we have to embrace change and hopefully it works for the better, you know. But let's keep on watching. Okay.
Mom always knows better than Google.
That's
Let's
true.
move on. Do guys these days still flirt on the street?
There it
Years
is.
ago, they
Oh
said,
my
There
God,
it
I
is.
said it.
hey, does your mom need a new son-in-law? Girls used to roll their eyes, but I
Bro, look
swear,
at-
each
I
of them
just said
secretly
it.
dreamed of being in a situation like this.
Wow.
Just in order to roll their eyes and proudly pass by.
Okay.
These days, you
Look.
hardly meet people in person anymore.
Look at that,
Instead,
bro.
you get
I just
personal
said it.
messages. Something
Wow.
like, hey, sweetie, what's the difference between you and a shining star? You can still
Yeah, that's
roll
not
your
what they
eyes,
say.
But no one would see it.
Sending naked
That's not what
pictures.
they say.
Okay, let's say that lucky guy got the girl. They have a nice date, and suddenly the next situation pops up. How dare you? You are staring at her. Look away now.
Yeah, now you won't
These days,
know.
the worst accusation
You won't know.
is
Now they're
you
watching-
liked
they're
her
looking at it
photo,
on-
Yeah.
and you know what
on
you
the
have to do
internet.
next. Next episode of your favorite TV show, we had to wait for a week.
Yeah,
Nowadays,
now
you
you
can
could just
download 3
record
seasons of your
TiVo.
favorite show all together and binge on them during the weekend. Whee! There's only one problem. The next season is not for another year.
Wow, bro, you see that? You see that?
Now, what do you picture if I say the word pirate? Yeah, some brave man wearing a hat with a sword and a parrot. Back in the day, pirates were chasing treasure all around the
Right,
world.
right.
These days, pirates look more like this. Their treasure
it's
is
a
free
pirate
to
hacker.
all over
Information,
the
yeah.
internet.
That's-
and I don't
that's
even
pretty
have
bad
to
as
leave their
well.
houses to get it.
Yeah.
They put
Looking
a
for an answer to some
9-year-old
question?
kid stealing
We used to
your stuff.
dream if only we had access to all the world's knowledge. But only books in a
Well, now the
library were
internet
our
is.
salvation back in the day. Nowadays, it's 3 a.m., you're supposed to be up
Remember
at 6
those days?
a.m., but you suddenly need to know what celery dreams about. Yes, it's really important right now.
Wow. That's a really good video.
I could go on forever for this.
There's actually a lot of ways technology has changed us. Some are for the best, but some are for the worst.
And I think the one that the worst one is are the ones that take away our lives and our social skills.
Yeah.
I was telling a friend of mine, and we talk about it all the time. Remember back in the day when we used to know everybody's phone number here?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
you
bro.
you would know if it was 100
Yes.
numbers, you would know 100 numbers here.
That's true.
Now you don't know numbers anymore. Like even if it's your girlfriend or your wife
You
or
probably
husband,
don't even know it.
You don't even know that number. You have to go. That's why now you lose your phone, life is over.
Social skills, talking to one another,
But
dating. Instead of approaching a woman on the street or a man on the, well, women barely
versa.
approach. Oh no, you know what? I'm gonna go on Facebook. I'm gonna see if I see her on Instagram.
More, even vice versa, man. Back in the days, you knew when a girl liked you because she
Yes,
had to,
and that's the
she had
thing.
to make it known to you because she didn't have a phone, she didn't have an Instagram.
Yes.
she didn't have, you know, it was one shot and one hit, right? So she had to make it in a way where
Yes,
she would
she knows
interact
she'll never
and
see you
smile with
again.
you from
So
far.
she has to.
Right.
It has to happen now
Now
or
because
never.
because people are so popular on Instagram,
Oh, yeah,
they don't
bro.
care if you look at them or not
No.
because they got so many people after them. It's,
And this is the problem. Options. I've had my cell phone screen break, right? And then I'll go give it to a phone repair store. That day that I don't have it, or it could be, let's say they tell me, okay, come back and get it in an hour. That hour that I don't have my cell phone,
Yeah.
I feel like I'm losing it.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah. We're
You see, so-
we're all in it. We're all in it because that's a lifestyle right now. But what I would suggest to everybody is at least spend those quality times with your friends, with your family. If you have kids or if you're a kid and you have your parents, man, go to their room and spend that time with them because those are the times that you remember. The
Yeah.
cell phone's always going to be there. The computer's always going to be there. The internet, that's going to be
Yeah,
there.
those machines will be there.
For years after we're gone, right? But your family, we're all limited on earth and we want to make sure that we enjoy as much as we can of all those beautiful times. Put your phone away for 2 hours. Go sit with your parents. Have a regular conversation. Mom, Dad, tell me about your life when you were my age. Tell me, call your best friend, call your, just have fun. Enjoy being a human being and not a robot. Because at the end of the day, those things make us, they control us.
That's
Our
true.
cell phones or tablets, they all control us. Yes, some of it helps us if you want to know what restaurants are around the corner. We love the internet because that's how we're able to communicate with you guys.
Anyways, guys, leave us some comments. Let us know what you guys thought about this video. As always, don't forget to thumbs up, share, subscribe, and we see you next time.
We love you guys, man. Peace.